One of the things which was pretty startling was that Pooja's family, that is father Dilip and mother Manorama, they are linked to 8 companies. Now, these companies, they range from automobiles to agriculture. Many of these companies apparently were just on paper because and all of these companies had certain directors who were common. One was Puja, whose name spelt in the company records was Pooja. UPSC had written to Puja to ask her to be present before the Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration. The last day was 23rd of July, that is yesterday. But from what we hear, she has not presented herself in there, and it seems she is not reachable. That's what we have heard till now.
Controversial probationary IAS officer Puja Khedkar finds herself in the middle of another controversy now. She's already been accused of faking her identity, misusing caste and disability quotas, and now an Indian Express investigation has discovered that she and her family are directly involved with 8 companies, 5 of which are under investigation for violating laws. I have with me Partha Sarathi Biswas from our Pune bureau, who has been a part of the investigation, along with Jay Muzumdar and Sushant Kulkarni. Partha, if you could tell us what is this all about?
Hi, Pramankur. Certainly. So, Puja Khedkar has been in the news for the last few weeks, and when we started digging deep into the whole Puja Khedkar, if I may say, the incident, a lot of things started coming out. One of the things which was pretty startling was that Pooja's family, that is father Dilip and mother Manorama, they are linked to 8 companies. Now, these companies, they range from automobiles to agriculture. The names of the companies were Thermoverita, Diligence Infra Projects, Diligence Sugar and Agro, Diligence Envirotech, Diligence India Corporation, Omdeep Sugar and Agro, Puja Automobiles, Diligence Recyclers. Of this, Diligence Recyclers was stuck off the ROC's books in 2013. This, it's not unusual for a family to have companies, given the fact that Dilip Khedkar in his electoral affidavit had declared assets worth 40 crores, which includes lands and shops and other things. But what was interesting was that many of these companies apparently were just on paper. Because and all of these companies had certain directors who were common. One was Puja, whose name spelt in the company records was Pooja, and then her father, mother, and a few people who appear time and again as directors or as shareholders in these companies. These are not LLP companies, so these are all shareholder companies. So you have people like Lata and Mahadev Bangar, Sanchit Hangne, Kavita Bendale, Akash Bendale, who are appearing over and over as the directors of the company. We started doing a bit of digging around, and we wanted to understand what exactly these companies are. Most of the companies have not filed their returns post 2019. And when we talk to the other shareholders, that is the Bengales and the Bendales and the others, they mentioned that they do not know much about the working of the companies. For example, I had gone to meet Kavita and Akash Bendale, who stay in Pune, and they admitted that they know the Khedkars, but just slightly. They are just acquaintances, and they do not know much about the working of the companies. Now, one thing which is very important in this matter is that both the vehicles which Pooja and her mother were using, one was a Pajero, another was an Audi, were registered in the name of the companies. One was Thermoverita, both of them were registered in the name of the companies Thermoverita. 3 of the companies had the same address. That's a commercial place near Model Colony, which was surprisingly pretty close to the residence of the Bendales. And one of the companies apparently had a plot in PCMC Talaude, which had some unpaid dues, because of which it faced action from the corporation. The overall, these companies, they seem to be just on paper. We did not find much, even in this commercial establishment where Pooja's mother had two shops. We did not find any nameplates of the companies. And when I went there personally to ask them about the companies, none of them seemed to have known about these companies there. Maybe they existed in a different name, but these names were not there on the nameplate. Another company, that is Mahadev and Lata Bangar, who who are from Ahmednagar itself, the district from where Pooja's father hails from Jamkhed town. They, when I spoke to them over the phone, Mahadev agreed that they are related, Lata being Dilip's sister. And he mentioned that they were involved in the companies. Dilip had made them directors, but they were not active in it, and they don't. And Mahadev claimed that all the companies had shut down post around 2-3 years back. That would be around same 2019, when post which there have been no returns of the companies. So in all these things, and there is another automobile outlet in the name of Puja, which leases out tractors and other things. And Pooja's brother Piyush is also a shareholder in one of the companies. But none of the companies seems to be working as of now. So, like, why do you have so many companies? What is their own thing? So that something is that was the one thing which we got during our investigation.
Apart from that, apart from this, and the misdemeanors you mentioned, Pooja has also been accused and is facing multiple probes for violations ranging from misuse of government symbols and unaccounted wealth. So, if you could tell us a bit more about those.
Well, Pooja came into limelight. We had spoken about this, I think, a few weeks back. Pooja came into limelight when the district collector of Pune made a written complaint to the chief secretary of Maharashtra, accusing Pooja of entitlement and misbehavior. She had apparently asked for a beaconed vehicle, a separate cabin, and also staff and quarters for herself. And when one of the additional collectors were not around, she had taken on herself to plump herself into one of the antechambers of the additional collector without the permission of the additional collector. And that's when the rock really hit the ceiling, and the collector made a complaint about it. Post which Pooja was transferred to Washing. And afterwards, a lot of things came up. Like, for example, the OBC certificate that she had used. Secondly, her disability certificates. Thirdly, her multiple attempts in UPSC, and all these things came about. Afterwards, UPSC had written to Pooja to ask her to be present before the Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration. The last day was 23rd of July, that is yesterday. But from what we hear, she has not presented herself in there, and it seems she is not reachable. That's what we have heard till now. But maybe she would be present there, or she would have gone. Meanwhile, she had accused the district collector. Suhas Pilse of harassment, and Washington police had transferred her statement. It was not a complaint; it was a statement to the Pune police. Pune police had sent her multiple summons to record her statement, but she had failed to appear before the Pune police also. We really don't know where she is now, and we know that she had left Washing, but her district training was also curtailed. She was supposed to be in Mussoorie by yesterday. She has not been there, so we are all waiting to see what would be the next chapter of this saga.
And when you disappear like this, what are the consequences that you can face if she's not appearing for these disciplinary meetings? What kind of consequences can she face? Do you have any idea about that?
Well, in case of the police cannot take any action against her because she is the complainant. So maybe her complaint will not be filed. The police will make a couple of attempts to contact her. I mean, if they are not successful, they might just say that the complainant failed to appear despite repeated summons, and maybe they just would close the case. However, the matter would be pretty serious for Pooja. It might not look very good for her also if she fails to appear before the Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration. Of course, we are talking of someone here who is well-read, who has some kind of legal knowledge, who must have access to some kind of legal aid. So maybe she has some kind of a plan in her head before because of which she is not appearing there, or what. We really don't know what is happening, but on the face of it, it really looks bad on her, and the academy, on the government, DOPT might take some very severe measures against her. We must remember that she is a probationary officer. She is not a confirmed officer yet. And as per the DOPT rules, she can be dismissed from the service. The government might find her conduct, and might find her certificates being not in place. That would be a strong cause for the government to terminate her services. She is not a confirmed officer, so the whole process of show cause and other things would not be applicable here. The government might just give a letter saying her that we do not find you meritable enough, or we find so strong. We might also, UPSC had filed a complaint, FIR against her for multiple appearances and trying to forge her identity. And now with all this caste certificate and the disability certificate coming in the fray, this government might take the extreme measure. But what is going to happen is anyone's guess, because she has not appeared. What we know is that she has not appeared before the Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration as of yesterday.
Now, going back to the investigation, Partha, the name, the technicality of the name, it's being spelled as Pooja, as opposed to officially her name being spelled Puja. Do you think that can have any bearing in this whole thing? Or
as an officer, you might not. I'm not sure whether you can be part of. You can be a director in a company, even if you are serving in the government. That, I think, would not augur well for her. However, as I told you, these companies are on paper, and she has, in a way, it is forgery, right? You change the spelling of your name and you become director. In a way, it is forgery. So maybe the ROC also will look into this. Already, the multiple agencies are probing the whole Khedkar family, right from the Pune police for the alleged gun threat that her mother had given us, to the ACB, who is trying to find out the source of Dilip Khedkar's 40 crore wealth, to UPSC, who had already filed an FIR. Now the ROC will also get into the picture in case they want to look into what exactly is happening, what kind of companies are these, who are the directors, why did her name have a different spelling than her documents. The government of Maharashtra has sent a confidential report about the whole disability certificate and other things to the government of India. So quite a few agencies are behind them now.
Okay, thank you, Partha, for this update. To wrap it all up for our audience, this is basically an investigation of Indian Express, which looks into her and her family, Pooja Khedkar and Pooja Khedkar's family's connection with these 8 families. We are not making any conclusions. We are not making any insinuations. These are just the findings of our investigation. Thank you for joining us for this discussion. Keep on watching the Indian Express for more such videos and more such news and updates on the Pooja Khedkar case. Thank you.